Dr. Zhivago is not just a cinematic masterpiece, it's a film that captured the hearts of millions. But beyond the sweeping romance and breathtaking landscapes lies a much darker tale, the real-life tragedies that befell the stars who brought this epic to life. In this video, we delve deep into the haunting stories of 24 cast members who met with untimely and often tragic ends. From mysterious accidents to personal struggles, these actors faced heartbreak and adversity in ways that seem almost scripted by fate. Join us as we uncover the shocking and emotional fates of the Dr. Zhivago cast, where the drama behind the scenes was just as powerful as the story on screen. Shobhan McKenna as Anna Gromyko. Shobhan McKenna, who played the nurturing and compassionate Anna Gromyko, also faced a difficult battle with illness. Anna, the wife of Alexander Gromyko and mother of Tanya, is a kind-hearted and supportive figure in Yuri Zhivago's life. McKenna's portrayal added warmth and depth to the character, making Anna a beloved figure in the story. McKenna's personal life was also marked by tragedy. She married actor Dennis Odia in 1946, and they had one son, Donicha. Odia passed away in 1978, leaving McKenna devastated. Despite her grief, she continued to perform, finding solace in her work. Her battle with lung cancer was a final, tragic chapter in a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal loss. McKenna's health struggles began with a diagnosis of lung cancer. Despite undergoing surgery to remove the tumor, the cancer had already spread to other parts of her body. She faced the disease with remarkable strength and determination, continuing to work and perform on stage despite her illness. Her final stage appearance came in 1985, in the play Bale Gangair for the Druid Theatre Company. As her condition worsened, McKenna experienced severe pain and difficulty breathing. She passed away on November 16, 1986, at the age of 63, after a valiant fight against the disease. Her legacy as a talented and dedicated actress remains enduring. Ralph Richardson as Alexander Gromyko. Ralph Richardson, who portrayed the wise and dignified Alexander Gromyko, faced significant health challenges later in life. Alexander, the father-in-law of Yuri Jivago, is a kind and supportive figure, providing stability and wisdom during tumultuous times. Richardson's portrayal brought a sense of gravitas and warmth to the character, making Alexander a beloved figure in the film. Richardson's personal life was marked by both triumph and tragedy. Born in Cheltenham, Gloucestershire, he was the youngest child of Arthur Richardson, a senior art master, and Lydia Russell. His parents separated when he was just 4 years old, an event that deeply affected him. Despite these early challenges, Richardson found solace in acting, eventually becoming one of the most celebrated actors of his generation. He was married twice, first to Muriel Hewitt, with whom he had 2 children, and later to actress Muriel Forbes, who remained his partner until his death. In his later years, Richardson suffered from a series of strokes. Initially, he experienced minor strokes that affected his speech and mobility. Despite these setbacks, he continued to work, driven by his passion for acting. However, his condition worsened over time, leading to more severe strokes that left him bedridden. Richardson passed away on October 10, 1983, at the age of 80. His final days were marked by a courageous battle against his illness, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both professional triumphs and personal struggles. Bernard K. as the Bolshevik. Bernard K., who played the fervent and revolutionary Bolshevik leader, also faced significant health challenges. The Bolshevik, a passionate advocate for the workers' state, is a character driven by ideals and a desire for change. K's portrayal brought intensity and conviction to the role, making the Bolshevik a memorable figure in the film. K's personal life was marked by tragedy and resilience. Born in Bolton, Lancashire, he was orphaned at a young age. His mother died by suicide when he was just a few months old, and his father was later admitted to an asylum. Raised by his grandparents, K faced a difficult childhood but found solace in acting. He married actress Patricia Haynes in 1963, and they remained together until her death from cancer in 1977. Her passing left K grief-stricken, and he never remarried. In his later years, K's health began to decline. He suffered from various ailments, including respiratory issues and heart problems. Despite these challenges, he continued to work, driven by his love for acting. K was found dead at his home on December 25, 2014, at the age of 86. His final days were marked by a battle against his health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal loss. Omar Sharif as Yuri Jivago. Omar Sharif, who portrayed the passionate and idealistic Yuri Zhivago, faced a series of health challenges later in life. Yuri, a doctor and poet, navigated the chaos of the Russian Revolution with a sensitive and mystical nature. Sharif's portrayal brought depth and emotion to the character, making Yuri unforgettable. In his later years, Sharif was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. The once vibrant and charismatic actor began to experience memory loss and confusion. Initially, he struggled with forgetting small details, but as the disease progressed, it became more severe. He often found himself lost in familiar places and unable to recognize close friends and family. Despite these challenges, Sharif continued to make public appearances, showing remarkable courage and resilience. As the Alzheimer's advanced, Sharif's condition deteriorated further. He required constant care and supervision, and his ability to communicate effectively diminished. The disease took a significant toll on his physical health as well, leading to a decline in his overall well-being. Ultimately, Sharif succumbed to a heart attack on July 10, 2015, at the age of 83, marking the end of a remarkable journey filled with both triumphs and struggles. Rod Steiger as Viktor Komarovski. Rod Steiger, who played the cunning and manipulative Viktor Komarovski, also faced significant health issues. Komarovski, a shrewd lawyer, used his influence for personal gain, making him a morally ambiguous and formidable character. Steiger's intense and versatile performance brought Komarovski to life with a powerful presence. Steiger's health began to decline in his later years. He suffered from chronic kidney disease, which gradually worsened over time. Despite undergoing surgery for a gallbladder tumor, complications arose, leading to pneumonia and kidney failure. Steiger's condition became increasingly dire, and he passed away on July 9, 2002, at the age of 77. His final days were marked by a battle against multiple health issues, making his passing a poignant end to a remarkable career. Steiger's health struggles began with heart problems in the late 1970s, leading to open-heart surgery in 1979. The surgery was initially successful, but it marked the beginning of a long battle with depression and other health complications. Throughout the 1980s, Steiger faced numerous challenges, including bouts of severe depression that affected his ability to work. Despite these setbacks, he continued to act, often taking on roles in low-budget films and television series. In the 1990s, Steiger's health issues persisted, and he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. He underwent treatment and managed to overcome the disease, but his overall health continued to decline. By the early 2000s, Steiger was battling multiple health problems, including pneumonia and kidney failure. His resilience and determination to continue working despite these challenges were a testament to his strength and dedication to his craft. Steiger's passing on July 9, 2002, marked the end of a storied career filled with memorable performances and personal battles. Alec Guinness as Yevgraf Jivago. Alec Guinness, who portrayed the enigmatic and authoritative Yevgraf Jivago, faced significant health challenges later in life. Yevgraf, the half-brother of Yuri Zhivago, is a high-ranking Soviet officer who helps his brother navigate the complexities of the Russian Revolution. Guinness's portrayal of Yevgraf brought a sense of gravitas and mystery to the character, making him a memorable figure in the film. Guinness's personal life was marked by both triumph and tragedy. Born out of wedlock, he never knew his father, which caused him much distress throughout his life. Despite his professional success, he struggled with his identity and personal relationships. His marriage to Marilla Solomon in 1938 brought some stability, and they had one son, Matthew. However, Guinness often felt isolated and misunderstood, even amidst his achievements. In his later years, Guinness was diagnosed with liver cancer. Initially, he experienced fatigue and loss of appetite, which he attributed to aging. However, as his condition worsened, he underwent numerous tests that eventually revealed the cancer. Despite undergoing hormone treatment, his health continued to decline. His legs swelled due to inflammation of the veins, and he became bedbound. Guinness's condition deteriorated rapidly, and he passed away on August 5, 2000, at the age of 86, just 2 days after his diagnosis. His final days were marked by a courageous battle against a relentless disease, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both professional triumphs and personal struggles. Klaus Kinsky as Costoid. Klaus Kinsky, who portrayed the intense and volatile Costoid, faced significant health challenges later in life. Costoid, a character marked by his fierce and unpredictable nature, was brought to life by Kinsky's powerful and often unsettling performance. Kinsky's portrayal added a layer of raw intensity to the film, making Costoid a memorable figure. Kinsky's personal life was as tumultuous as his on-screen roles. Born Klaus Gunter Karl Naksinski, he grew up in a family struggling with financial difficulties during the Great Depression. His volatile personality and emotional outbursts were well known in the industry, often leading to conflicts with directors and co-stars. Kinsky was married 3 times and had 3 children, including actress Nastasia Kinsky. His relationships were marked by instability and estrangement, and he was later accused of abuse by his daughter Pola. In his later years, Kinsky's health began to decline. He suffered from a series of heart problems, which eventually led to a fatal heart attack. On November 23, 1991, Kinsky passed away at his home in Lagunitas, California, at the age of 65. His final days were marked by a battle against his health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic brilliance and personal turmoil. Gerard Tii as Liberius. Gerard Tii, who played the dedicated and revolutionary Liberius, also faced significant health challenges. Liberius, a Red partisan commander, is a character driven by his ideals and commitment to the cause. Tii's portrayal brought a sense of determination and strength to the role, making Liberius a compelling figure in the film. Tii's personal life was marked by resilience and adventure. Born Gerhard Johannes Alexander Tii Wonzinski, he served in the German army during World War II and was captured by Allied forces. After escaping from a prisoner of war camp, he settled in Spain, where he began his acting career. Tii appeared in numerous films, becoming a prominent character actor in Spanish cinema. He was multilingual and worked in various international productions, including Dr. Zhivago. In his later years, Tii's health began to decline. He suffered from undisclosed health issues that gradually worsened over time. Despite his declining health, Tii continued to work, driven by his passion for acting. He passed away on April 11, 1992, in Madrid, Spain, at the age of 72. His final days were marked by a battle against his health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Noel Wilman as Razen. Noel Wilman, who portrayed the stern and authoritative Razen, faced significant health challenges later in life. Razen, a character marked by his unwavering dedication to the Soviet cause, was brought to life by Wilman's commanding performance. Wilman's portrayal added a layer of intensity and gravitas to the film, making Razen a memorable figure. Wilman's personal life was marked by both triumph and solitude. Born in Derry, Ireland, he was raised by a French father and an English mother. Wilman was a conscientious objector during World War II, spending the war years working as a beekeeper on a British government-run farm. Despite his success in the theater, winning a Tony Award for his direction of A Man for All Seasons, Wilman often felt lonely and disconnected from society. He never married and had no children, finding solace in his work and the company of close friends. In his later years, Wilman was diagnosed with a heart condition. Despite his diagnosis, he continued to live independently in New York City. On December 24, 1988, while attending an afternoon movie alone, Wilman suffered a fatal heart attack. He was 70 years old. His final days were marked by a battle against his heart condition, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal solitude. Jeffrey Kean as the medical professor. Jeffrey Kean, who played the knowledgeable and authoritative medical professor, also faced significant health challenges. The medical professor, a character dedicated to his profession and the advancement of medical science, was brought to life by Kean's dignified and compelling performance. Kean's personal life was marked by resilience and dedication. Born in Wallingford, Oxfordshire, he was the son of stage actor Malcolm Kean. Jeffrey Kean followed in his father's footsteps, becoming a prolific character actor known for his roles in British films and television. He was married 3 times, first to actress Hazel Terry, then to Madeline Howell, and finally to Doris Groves, who predeceased him in 1989. Kean had 1 daughter, Mary, and 2 grandchildren. In his later years, Kean's health began to decline. He suffered from respiratory issues and heart problems, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his declining health, Kean continued to work, driven by his passion for acting. He passed away on November 3, 2005, at the age of 89, in a care home in Northwood, London. His final days were marked by a battle against his health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Adrien Tii as Amelia. Adrien Tii, who portrayed the elegant and resilient Amelia, faced significant health challenges later in life. Amelia, a character marked by her grace and strength, was brought to life by Corey's compelling performance. Corey's portrayal added a layer of depth and warmth to the film, making Amelia a memorable figure. Corey's personal life was marked by both triumph and tragedy. Born Adrien Riccoboni in Glasgow, Scotland, she was the daughter of an Italian father and an English mother. Her father ran a hotel, and she grew up in a culturally rich environment. Corey attended the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, RADA, in London, where she honed her acting skills. She married actor Daniel Massey in 1961, but the marriage ended in divorce in 1967. Corey had 2 children, Patrick and Sarah, from a relationship with film producer Patrick Filmer-Sankey. In her later years, Corey was diagnosed with coronary artery disease. Initially, she experienced chest pain and shortness of breath, which she attributed to stress and aging. However, as her condition worsened, she underwent numerous tests that revealed the severity of her heart disease. Despite undergoing treatment, her health continued to decline. Corey's condition deteriorated rapidly, and she passed away on March 13, 2016, at the age of 84. Her final days were marked by a courageous battle against a relentless disease, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic brilliance and personal resilience. Jack McGoran as Pettia. Jack McGoran, who played the loyal and tragic Pettia, also faced significant health challenges. Pettia, a character marked by his unwavering loyalty and tragic fate, was brought to life by McGoran's powerful performance. McGoran's portrayal added a layer of intensity and pathos to the film, making Pettia a memorable figure. McGoran's personal life was marked by resilience and dedication. Born John Joseph McGoran in Dublin, Ireland, he worked as an insurance assessor before pursuing a career in acting. He established his professional reputation as a member of the Abbey Players in Dublin and became known for his interpretations of the works of Samuel Beckett. In 1963, he married Aileen Gloria Nugent, and they had 1 child, Tara. In his later years, McGoran's health began to decline. He suffered from respiratory issues and was eventually diagnosed with influenza during the London flu epidemic. Initially, he experienced mild symptoms, but his condition quickly worsened. Despite receiving medical treatment, he developed complications that led to pneumonia. McGoran's health deteriorated rapidly, and he passed away on January 30, 1973, at the age of 54. His final days were marked by a battle against his illness, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Mark Eden as the engineer at the dam. Mark Eden, who portrayed the diligent and determined engineer at the dam, faced significant health challenges later in life. The engineer, a character marked by his dedication to rebuilding and progress, was brought to life by Eden's compelling performance. Eden's portrayal added a layer of resilience and hope to the film, making the engineer a memorable figure. Eden's personal life was marked by both triumph and tragedy. Born Douglas John Mallon in London, he contracted tuberculosis in his youth, which delayed his acting career. He spent 2 years in a sanatorium and worked various jobs before finally joining the Everyman Theatre Group. Eden was married 3 times, first to Joan Long, with whom he had a son, David. His second marriage to Diana W. Smith produced a daughter, Polly. His third marriage was to his Coronation Street co-star Sue Nichols, and they remained together until his death. In his later years, Eden was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease. Initially, he experienced memory lapses and confusion, which gradually worsened. Despite his declining health, Eden continued to make public appearances, supported by his wife. His condition deteriorated, and he was hospitalized in November 2020. Eden passed away peacefully on January 1, 2021, at the age of 92. His final days were marked by a courageous battle against Alzheimer's, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Eric Chitty as the Old Soldier. Eric Chitty, who played the wise and reflective old soldier, also faced significant health challenges. The Old Soldier, a character marked by his experiences and wisdom, was brought to life by Chitty's nuanced performance. Chitty's portrayal added a layer of depth and humanity to the film, making the Old Soldier a memorable figure. Chitty's personal life was marked by dedication and passion. Born in Dover, Kent, he was the son of a flour miller and attended Dover College and Jesus College, Cambridge. He was one of the founders of the Cambridge University Mummers and later trained at RADA. Chitty married former actress Hester Bevan in 1936, and they had 2 daughters and 1 son. He was also a keen genealogist, dedicating much of his free time to tracing his family's history. In his later years, Chitty's health began to decline. He suffered from various ailments, including respiratory issues. Despite his declining health, Chitty continued to work, driven by his passion for acting. He passed away on July 22, 1977, at the age of 70. His final days were marked by a battle against his health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal dedication. Gwen Nelson as the female janitor. Gwen Nelson, who portrayed the diligent and unassuming female janitor, faced significant health challenges later in life. The female janitor, a character marked by her quiet strength and resilience, was brought to life by Nelson's nuanced performance. Nelson's portrayal added a layer of authenticity and depth to the film, making the female janitor a memorable figure. Nelson's personal life was marked by both triumph and solitude. Born Gwendolyn Alexandra Nelson in Muswell Hill, Middlesex, she initially intended to be a singer but found her true calling in acting. She became a member of the Royal Shakespeare Company and the Royal Court Theatre Company, earning acclaim for her stage performances. Despite her professional success, Nelson led a relatively private life, never marrying or having children. In her later years, Nelson's health began to decline. She suffered from various age-related ailments, including arthritis and heart problems. Despite these challenges, she continued to work, making her last appearance in an episode of The Bill in 1989. Nelson passed away peacefully on October 15, 1990, at the age of 89, in Long Melford, Suffolk. Her final days were marked by a battle against her health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Lily Moratti as the train jumper. Lily Moratti, who played the daring and desperate train jumper, also faced significant health challenges. The train jumper, a character marked by her determination and courage, was brought to life by Moratti's intense performance. Moratti's portrayal added a layer of urgency and pathos to the film, making the train jumper a memorable figure. Moratti's personal life was marked by resilience and controversy. Born Teodora Aurelia Moratti in Novigrad, Austro-Hungarian Empire, she emerged as a film star in the mid-1930s, playing spirited, modern girls. During World War II, she was accused of collaborating with the Nazis, which led to her exile from communist Hungary. She settled in Spain, where she worked as an announcer on the Hungarian broadcasts of Spanish national radio. Moratti was married to Johann von Vasari from 1941 until his death in 1963. In her later years, Moratti's health began to decline. She suffered from various ailments, including respiratory issues and heart problems. Despite these challenges, she continued to work, appearing in smaller roles as a character actress. Moratti passed away on April 16, 2003, in Madrid, Spain, at the age of 88. Her final days were marked by a battle against her health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Peter Madden as the political officer. Peter Madden, who portrayed the stern and uncompromising political officer, faced significant health challenges later in life. The political officer, a character marked by his rigid adherence to Soviet ideology, was brought to life by Madden's intense performance. Madden's portrayal added a layer of authority and tension to the film, making the political officer a memorable figure. Madden's personal life was marked by both triumph and tragedy. Born Dudley Frederick Peter Butler Madden in Ipoh, Malaysia, he was the son of a British colonial officer. Madden's early life was spent in various parts of the British Empire, which instilled in him a sense of adventure and resilience. He pursued a career in acting, becoming a familiar face in British film and television. Madden was married twice, first to actress Mary Jordan and later to singer Marion Snelling, with whom he had a daughter, Martine. In his later years, Madden was diagnosed with a heart condition. Initially, he experienced mild symptoms, but his condition gradually worsened. Despite undergoing treatment, Madden's health continued to decline. He suffered from a ruptured aortic aneurysm, which led to his sudden death on February 24, 1976, at the age of 71. His final days were marked by a battle against his heart condition, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Luana Alcanes as Mrs. Sventitsky. Luana Alcanes, who played the elegant and poised Mrs. Sventitsky, also faced significant health challenges. Mrs. Sventitsky, a character marked by her grace and social standing, was brought to life by Alcanes' refined performance. Alcanes' portrayal added a layer of sophistication and depth to the film, making Mrs. Sventitsky a memorable figure. Alcanes' personal life was marked by resilience and adventure. Born Lucrecia Ana Ubeda Pubilones in Madrid, Spain, she moved to New York with her parents at the age of 2. She spent much of her early childhood in Spain and Cuba, where she attended a Catholic convent. Alcanese returned to New York as a teenager and quickly made a name for herself as a singer and dancer in vaudeville. She married dancer Juan Puerta, and they formed a successful partnership, and in her later years, Alcanese's health began to decline. She suffered from various age-related ailments, including respiratory issues. Despite these challenges, she continued to work, making her final film appearance in Dr. Zhivago. Alcanese passed away on July 24, 1991, in Madrid, Spain, at the age of 85. Her final days were marked by a battle against her health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. José María Caffarel as the militiaman. José María Caffarel, who portrayed the steadfast and courageous militiaman, faced significant health challenges later in life. The militiaman, a character marked by his unwavering dedication and bravery, was brought to life by Caffarel's compelling performance. Caffarel's portrayal added a layer of resilience and strength to the film, making the militiaman a memorable figure. Caffarel's personal life was marked by both triumph and hardship. Born in Barcelona, Spain, he initially pursued engineering studies, which were interrupted by the Spanish Civil War. After the war, he turned to acting, becoming a prolific figure in Spanish cinema. Caffarel was married and had children, balancing his family life with a demanding career. Despite his success, he faced numerous challenges, including the political turmoil of his time and his later years. Caffarel was diagnosed with heart disease. Initially, he experienced mild symptoms such as fatigue and shortness of breath, which he attributed to aging. However, his condition gradually worsened, leading to more severe symptoms. Despite undergoing treatment, including medication and lifestyle changes, his health continued to decline. On November 6, 1999, Caffarel suffered a fatal heart attack at the age of 79. His final days were marked by a courageous battle against his illness, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Victor Israel as the hospital inmate. Victor Israel, who played the tragic and haunting hospital inmate, also faced significant health challenges. The hospital inmate, a character marked by his suffering and despair, was brought to life by Israel's intense performance. Israel's portrayal added a layer of pathos and depth to the film, making the hospital inmate a memorable figure. Israel's personal life was marked by resilience and dedication. Born José María Soler Vilanova in Barcelona, Spain, he was a prolific character actor known for his roles in horror films and spaghetti westerns. Despite his success, Israel often felt overlooked and underappreciated in the industry. He was married and had children, finding solace in his family amidst the challenges of his career and his later years. Israel's health began to decline. He suffered from various ailments, including respiratory issues and heart problems. Despite these challenges, he continued to work, driven by his passion for acting. On September 19, 2009, Israel passed away at the age of 80 from natural causes. His final days were marked by a battle against his health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Maria Martin as the gentlewoman. Maria Martin, who played the elegant and poised gentlewoman, also faced significant health challenges. The gentlewoman, a character marked by her grace and dignity, was brought to life by Martin's refined performance. Martin's portrayal added a layer of sophistication and depth to the film, making the gentlewoman a memorable figure. Martin's personal life was marked by resilience and adventure. Born in Madrid, Spain, she moved to New York with her parents at a young age. She spent much of her early childhood in Spain and Cuba, where she attended a Catholic convent. Martin returned to New York as a teenager and quickly made a name for herself as a singer and dancer in vaudeville. She married dancer Juan Puerta, and they formed a successful partnership. In her later years, Martin's health began to decline. She suffered from various ailments, including respiratory issues and heart problems. Despite these challenges, she continued to work, appearing in smaller roles as a character actress. Martin passed away on June 10, 2014, in Madrid, Spain, at the age of 90. Her final days were marked by a battle against her health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Ricardo Palacios as Extra. Ricardo Palacios, who portrayed a minor role in Dr. Jivago, faced significant health challenges later in life. Palacios, known for his work in spaghetti westerns, brought a unique presence to his roles, even in minor parts. His portrayal added a layer of authenticity and depth to the film. Palacios's personal life was marked by both triumph and hardship. Born Ricardo López Nuno Díaz in Reynosa, Cantabria, Spain, he graduated from the official film school in Madrid as an actor and director. He participated in about 150 films and television series, becoming a familiar face in Spanish cinema. Despite his success, Palacios faced numerous challenges, including the political turmoil of his time and his later years. Palacios was diagnosed with heart disease. Initially, he experienced mild symptoms such as fatigue and shortness of breath, which he attributed to aging. However, his condition gradually worsened, leading to more severe symptoms. After spending over a month in the hospital, Palacios passed away on February 11, 2015, at the age of 74, due to heart failure. His final days were marked by a courageous battle against his illness, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Ingred Pit as extra. Ingred Pit, who played a minor role in Dr. Zhivago, also faced significant health challenges. Pit, best known for her work in horror films, brought a unique presence to her roles, even in minor parts. Her portrayal added a layer of intensity and depth to the film. Pit's personal life was marked by resilience and adventure. Born Ingushka Petrov in Warsaw, Poland, she survived World War II and was imprisoned in a concentration camp before escaping. She later moved to Hollywood, where she worked as a waitress while trying to make a career in films. Pit married 3 times and had 1 daughter, Stephanie Pitt-Blake. In her later years, Pitt's health began to decline. She suffered from heart problems and collapsed while on her way to a birthday dinner in her honor. She was taken to a hospital in South London, where she was diagnosed with heart failure. Pitt passed away peacefully in her sleep on November 23, 2010, at the age of 73, surrounded by her family and friends. Her final days were marked by a battle against her health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. Virgilio Teixeira as Captain. Virgilio Teixeira, who played the dignified and authoritative captain, also faced significant health challenges. The captain, a character marked by his leadership and strength, was brought to life by Teixeira's compelling performance. Teixeira's portrayal added a layer of gravitas and depth to the film, making the captain a memorable figure. Teixeira's personal life was marked by resilience and dedication. Born Virgilio Delgado Teixeira in Funchal, Madeira, Portugal, he was a leading actor in Portuguese, Spanish, and American films. He was known as a Portuguese heartthrob during the 1940s, 1950s, and 1960s. Teixeira was married to Wanda Teixeira, and they remained together until his death. In his later years, Teixeira's health began to decline. He suffered from respiratory problems, which gradually worsened over time. Despite his declining health, Teixeira continued to work, driven by his passion for acting. He passed away on December 5, 2010, in Funchal, Madeira, at the age of 93. His final days were marked by a battle against his health issues, bringing a poignant end to a life filled with both artistic achievement and personal resilience. What do you think about the deaths of the actors in Dr. Jivago, and who do you miss the most among them? Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to see the latest videos.